welcome to the biology class part 2. Today I'm going to explain about meiosis. So let us begin. Meiosis cell division takes place in the germ cells, as we already know, or the reproductive cells. Meiosis or mitosis, as we know, they both are divided into two parts, or they undergo two division. First is karyokinesis, that is division of nucleus, and second is cytokinesis, division of cytoplasm. Karyokinesis includes prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, that is in M phase, and after telophase it undergoes cytokinesis, that is division of cytoplasm, and two daughter cells are formed. Let us see meiosis. Meiosis is divided into three phases: interphase, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Meiosis 1 is called reductional division because here parent cells have two and diploid chromosome which becomes haploid in the daughter cells. That's why it is reductional division. While meiosis 2 is called equational division because parent cells have haploid nucleus, and in four daughter cells also the nucleus remains haploid. So it is equational division. Now meiosis 1 is divided into prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1 as usual. Same way meiosis 2 is also divided into prophase 2, etc. Let us talk about prophase 1. The question can be asked, why prophase 1 is very long phase? Answer is because it is divided into 5 sub-phases. In short, you can learn LZPD square. What is L? L is liptotin phase. In this, the chromosomes undergo condensation and are visible. Then it proceeds to the zygosine where homologous chromosomes pair. As we know, this is maternal chromosome from mother, paternal chromosome from father. They pair. This is homologous pairing. Then it enters into Purkinje, where crossing over takes place between these two homologous chromosomes. As you can see here, chiasmata is seen, crossing over is taking place. After the crossing over, you can see maternal chromosome have genes of paternal father, and father's chromosome is having the genetic material of mother. This is crossing over is over. And at last, dikinesis, where nuclear membrane will disappear, centrioles will move to the opposite pole, and spindle fibers will be formed. So this is prophase 1. Now let us begin as usual meiosis 1. Meiosis 1 starts with the interphase, that is preparatory phase, where nuclear material and cytoplasm doubles. So this is the cell which you can identify easily. So here chromatin network is present. Then it moves towards the prophase 1. As I said, prophase 1 is divided into 5 phases. After the 5 phases, the condition is centrioles move opposite pole, nuclear membrane disappears, thick short chromosomes are visible, and ester rays are seen. Nucleolus also disappear. Then we move to the metaphase. As we know, in metaphase, centrioles are opposite poles, spindle fibers are very nicely visible. Equator, you can see here, on which the homologous chromosomes are arranged. Spindle fibers are arranged to the centromere. Now we move to the anaphase 1. In anaphase, we know spindle fibers shrink. So here chromosomes, homologous pairing is broken down and the chromosomes are moving towards the opposite pole. And let us move to the telophase 1 now. Here you can see constriction or furrow develops in the center of the cell, due to which you can see the chromosomes are on the opposite pole, where nuclear membrane, nucleolus reappears, as well as centrosome also reappears, and it continues to the cytokinesis. In cytokinesis, cytoplasm divides, that is forming two daughter cells, and this is how two daughter cells are formed. Do remember here the number of chromosomes are haploid. Now we continue the same cytokinesis into meiosis 2. So both the cells will go to meiosis 2. What happens in prophase 1? You can see in prophase 2, all the points will be same as prophase 1. Only thing that you can see here, it happens in 2 daughter cells. Then the prophase 2 moves towards the metaphase 2, where the same points like metaphase are there. Chromosomes are arranged on the equator. We proceed to the anaphase 2 now, and here you can see spindle fibers are pulling the chromosomes by splitting the centromere. So here these chromosomes are splitted, moving towards opposite pole. Then we move to the telophase 2. In telophase 2, when chromosomes are at the opposite pole, furrow develops, constriction develops, and nuclear membrane starts reappearing along with the nucleosome and nucleolus. Then it undergoes cytokinesis, where you can see 4 daughter cells are formed with half the number of chromosome, that is N, or haploid number of chromosome. This is how meiosis gets over. Now, what is the significance of meiosis? Do remember, meiosis takes place in the testes to form haploid sperm and in ovaries to form haploid ovum. Why gametes are haploid? Because when usually you should remember the sperm is having 23 half number of chromosomes, egg or ova is having 23. When they both fertilize, they become 46. So we can say after fertilization, original number of chromosome is maintained or regained. Secondly, we have seen crossing over leads to variation. So as mother and father genes are exchanged, offspring may have half the character of mother and half the character of father. This is called variation. Let us conclude the difference between mitosis meiosis. It takes place in somatic cells. At the end, 2 daughter cells are formed. Here chromosome numbers remain same and it helps in growth and development. While meiosis takes place in germ cells, here 4 daughter cells are formed at the last. Parent cell is having 2N, daughter cells having haploid number, and here it restores the diploid condition after fertilization. And at last, animal cell mitosis and plant cell mitosis, the differences are centrioles are present here, esterase are present, constriction or furrow develops, dividing the 2 daughter cells from outside to inside. In plant cell, centrioles are absent, esterase are also absent. Here cell plate is formed, which divide the cell from middle to the outside. That's all for today.